Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. How are you? It's great to see you and welcome back. Today's video is sponsored by Helix Sleep, the makers of premium mattresses and bedding that are customized for your needs and delivered very conveniently right to your front door. We've had our Helix Sleep mattress now for over a year and we're getting terrific sleep. Our backs feel supported. My entire family at this point has Helix Sleep mattresses, including my kids, and they are getting terrific sleep as well. So everybody is different and your mattress should suit your needs. So you can take the Helix Sleep quiz like I did. I happen to be a side sleeper. I prefer a firmer style mattress and I share my bed with my husband. The Helix Sleep quiz will take my replies and answers along with my husband's and come up with a perfect compromise and match us with a mattress that'll suit our needs. We happen to match with a Helix Sleep Dusk Luxe. We are getting terrific sleep. It is such a great upgrade to our last mattress, which we inherited and we had for a very long time. It served us very well, but it was time to be replaced and we're getting terrific sleep. Another thing I really like about the Helix Sleep mattress is that it arrives rolled up in a cardboard box delivered right on my doorstep. I was able to navigate it up a narrow flight of stairs and install it myself. Your Helix Sleep mattress also comes with a 100-night sleep trial. If you're not happy with it, they will pick it up and give you a full refund. It also includes a 10-year warranty and there are financing options and payment plans. And if you live in the US, your mattress will be delivered free right to your doorstep. So if you'd like to start getting some great sleep, click the link down below or head over to helixsleep.com/emmymade to receive 20% off your Helix Sleep mattress and 2 free pillows. Big thanks to Helix Sleep for sponsoring this video and for their continued support so I can make better videos for all of you. Today, my lovelies, we are going to be visiting something that I have not had since the 1990s. It is a dessert treat that my brother and I really enjoyed. My father too, but I haven't had it in a long time and it's called Viennetta. Have you heard of Viennetta? Do you remember Viennetta? Apparently Viennetta was created in Great Britain in 1982 and it is a ice cream confection kind of layered like a cake. But more importantly, it reminds me of late night drives I used to take with my younger brother. We used to go on ice cream trips. My parents would say, yeah, go ahead and go for a little drive. And I would take my little brother on a drive and we would be gone for 2 hours going to the supermarket to get ice cream. But we often just drove and listened to music. So I have so many fond memories of doing our late night ice cream runs that are associated with ice cream, but in particular Viennetta. Sadly, Viennetta was discontinued sometime in the 90s, so I have not had Viennetta since 1990 something or other, but it was brought back under the brand of Good Humor rather than Breyers in 2021. My husband shared this article from, I believe it was Bon Appetit, and I said, what? Viennetta's back? And I wish so much that my brother was here. This is where I wish I had a teleporter, but in spirit, right? In spirit. I'm going to be also making this a little bit of a 1990s, 80s throwback and tasting things, other things that I haven't had for 25 odd years. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get started. So here is Viennetta. The packaging, I say, is very different than what I remember. I remember it being very kind of fancy feeling, kind of a gray poupon or like fancy feast, like cat, like, you know, like crystal and stuff. That's what I remember it being. It was made by Breyers, but now it's Good Humor. Ah, there it is. Oh, I wish you were here. Oh my gosh. It looks just as I remember. Look at that. Look how fancy that looks. Yo! Those are the chocolate layers. Yes, this is totally what I remember it looking like. The side is what gets me. Those little ripples. So I have to confess, when I saw this packaging, I was a little concerned that my Viennetta experience wasn't going to be as elevated as I remember. But based on this beautiful gestalt, it looks just like I remember. Oof, 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 that looks good. Yeah. So I remember this also coming in mint flavor as well. A mint and kind of chocolate, which would be wonderful. But here in the States, we can only get it in vanilla. but I'll take it. Alrighty, here we go. Itadakimasu. It's all about the middle part where all the chocolate bits are. The ice cream quality isn't all that great. It's kind of similar to the middle of an ice cream sandwich, but the vanilla flavor is pretty light actually. But the middle section is really where it's at. You've got these layers of thin chocolate. Imagine the shell of a Klondike bar, like that. But you've got maybe 24 layers of that. The quality of the ice cream, I have to say, is disappointing. It's not as good as I remember, to be honest. It doesn't taste as vanilla as I remember. And the chocolate flavor is not very strong either. I think I would actually prefer a Klondike bar over this. If we want kind of a textural adjacent kind of thing that tastes a little more flavorful. Now that the chocolate has melted in my mouth, I do have a chocolatey flavor. It is more like compound chocolate though. Kind of a dark chocolate cocoa flavor. Yeah. While I was in the frozen food section, I also picked up one of these. My mom would pick these up when they were on sale at the supermarket. She would buy them and we would have these along with Hot Pockets, Bagel Bites, Totino's, pizza rolls for an occasional snack. And I don't remember eating too many of these, but my brother certainly does. And I texted him and he gave me some tips. He said to make sure to cook it really well so that the brownie gets well cooked. And he said to add some margarine to the corn and to have the chicken nuggets with barbecue sauce. I love that he very specifically remembered all of his 8-year-old hacks when it came to a kid cuisine. Oh yeah. All right, here we go. My brownie looks cooked and there's mac and cheese and my 6 chicken nuggies. We are going to add our sprinkles. I don't remember there being sprinkles, but it does make it look more festive, doesn't it? I'm adding butter. By itself, plain. Itadakimasu. About what you expect for a chicken nugget. A little mushy. I would like them to be crisper, but we did cook this in the microwave. It just tastes like chopped up chicken breast with some soggy bready coating on the outside. But you can add some sriracha to it. Sriracha is great. Nice and spicy. It was one of the first things I could taste when I was recovering my sense of taste and smell from COVID was sriracha. So very welcomed, nice level of spice, very garlicky, and goes well with chicken nuggets. Let's try the mac and cheese. Here you go. I could see kids liking that. The pasta is very, very soft and mushy, but it has a nice buttery flavor to it. I noticed the buttery flavor first before the cheese. Kind of Velveeta cheese flavor to it. Not anything sharp or funky or tangy even. It's just that kind of processed cheese flavor. I have to say it cooked up pretty well. I was imagining it would be like kind of crusty and dry on the edges, but it's not. It's pretty wet and moist. Not bad. I mean, for what it is. I think it's a little bit strange to have corn sitting in water, but I could see also why it needs to be because it would dry out. But let's give it a taste. Here we go. Don't like that. It tastes like canned corn, even though it's frozen corn. Now let's try the brownie, which I remember being my favorite part. Break it open. Look at that. Fully cooked cake, very moist, spongy, chocolatey, not overly sweet, but definitely in my opinion, not a brownie. Doesn't have that really, really rich, heavy kind of fudgy, intense chocolatey butteriness that I associate with a brownie. It's got a bit of a rubbery texture to it, but we did microwave it, so that's not surprising. As a little dessert, there is something there. I actually would have to say the 2 best things in my opinion are the macaroni cheese and the chicken nuggets. So while I was perusing the aisles at Target, I found these, and these are gummy Lunchables. And so I had to, of course, get the Lunchable as well, which is the real thing. I do remember taking these to school. Never seen a gummy one before. and thought I'd do a little side by side. Why not? This packaging is more similar to what I remember having as a kid. This is different. I remember having a kind of cardboard box, like sleeve kind of thing. Now it looks like it's all plastic, like film. Ham and cheese. This is like the most basic, I feel like OG one. I don't remember liking Lunchables a whole lot as a kid. I did find them novel because everything was in a box and you could kind of build something. We're also gonna have it with a Capri Sun, which is another thing I did have as a kid. I was very particular about the flavors. I did not like strawberry kiwi. There was another one called, what was it? Something cooler. Oh, that one was awful. Cherry, yeah. The only one I thought was kind of passable was fruit punch. So we also have a fruit punch Capri Sun. I don't remember them being advertised 100% juice at all. And I have to say one of my favorite parts was puncturing it and trying not to get it to puncture through the back, right? This whole situation. A lot of kids also just did this, turned it upside down and just stabbed it in the butt. And then it didn't stand, but it was just a lot easier than trying to finish. I love this part. I even remember when this thing wasn't clear. It was like a metallic foil. First time having Capri Sun and I had 25 years. Oh yeah, that's what it tastes like. Fruit punch. It tastes like an amalgam of fruity flavors, very sweet, all totally artificial, somehow not terrible. Let's open our Lunchable. I don't remember there being cookies in the Lunchable that I had. So we have sort of a Ritz style cracker. We have 6 of those. They were upside down. Why are they upside down? You need to put them right side up. Okay, 6 of those. Ham slices, cheese slices, and looks like a sandwich cookie. 2 of them. And it's fine. It's smoky ham. The cheese tastes like more like American processed cheese. The crackers are very firm. Not very firm, actually. More firm than I expected. They're a Ritz style cracker, so they're a little bit short and kind of crumbly. They don't have that buttery flavor. Very salty. The ham is smoky, salty, and the cheese, let's try the cheese by itself. Has a very plasticky mouthfeel. And not that much of a cheesy flavor. It tastes like a spreadable kind of like queso cheese. It's pretty much what you expect this would taste like. Wow. Same exact flavor, totally. It's just amazing how you're transported to that time. It almost tastes more like cherry. Curious. This cookie has a yellow interior, maybe a vanilla cookie. I don't really care for that at all. The vanilla flavor is very strong and cloying and fake. The cookie's very firm. The ham and cheese crackers I don't mind. The cookie, not so much. Here's the gummy Lunchable. I see why they put this packaging, because when you remove it, it looks like a makeup palette or something. I can tell you it's not meat flavored. I can smell fruitiness. Ugh. Ugh. Very difficult to open. Like a pepperoni, maybe? Cheese? That looks a lot like the cheese, doesn't it? Maybe those are like ham. It's so supple and squishy. 2 more cheese things. We have enough to build 3 sandwiches. Good. Wow. Stomach's already protesting. First off, the texture is not very good. It's very firm, yet resilient, rubbery gummy. Tough, I think is the word I want. Flavors aren't that great either. There's definitely a tropical flavor going on. Not good. Not fun even. Don't recommend that one. And the last thing I found is this Hubba Bubba bubble tape. Bubble tape, I remember finding this so novel and cool. This is a single piece of bubble gum that's in a strip. It's dispensed like a piece of tape. And I just thought it was so cool. Even though I did not like the flavor, I still don't like the flavor of regular bubble gum. I can smell it through the box. And peel it open like this. And the dispenser opens, oh my gosh, look. Entire spool of tape. And then you've got this little tiny toothy bit there where you can cut the tape to rip off your piece of gum. Oh my gosh, the smell of this gum takes me back. Yep, my mom used to chew a lot of gum, sugar-free gum, bubblegum flavored, and both my brother and I remember her when we smelled this smell. Alrighty, let's give this a taste. Here we go. I don't like this flavor of gum. The gum is actually very supple, very soft. And it's that typical flavor of bubblegum. The worst is when gum is too hard, when it's like extra hard and just like all the softeners have dried out and it's just snappish. You know, when gum used to come in baseball card packs like that. Y'all old people know what I'm talking about. And I don't remember ever doing this as a kid because I was always so conservative with things. I would just like save it and try to savor things and make it so precious. But what I always wanted to do as a child was to take this entire spool and take a big bite out of it. Oh, this is, by the way, is 6 feet of gum. I'm not even going to chew it. I'm just going to get this sensation that I always thought about as a kid. Here we go. Wow. Oh, gum. So, that wasn't nearly as satisfying as I had imagined as a child. That was tough. And I don't really like gum. Well, just kind of gum. Now that I have satisfied that wonder that I've carried with me for over 25 years, I hope you enjoyed that little taste test. Big thanks to Helix Sleep for sponsoring this video. If you'd like to get a Helix Sleep mattress, please click the link down below or head over to helixsleep.com/emmymade to see how you can receive 20% off the Helix Sleep mattress of your choice, along with 2 free pillows. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you learned something or vicariously had some shared memories. Be sure to like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next video. Toodaloo, take care, bye! I've eaten a lot of strange things. Yeah, maybe it's time for just a piece of toast.